Hi, agent. I'm planning a 2-day trip to Tokyo and I love historic sites.
Great, I plan a visit to the Imperial Palace.
Perfect. Can you send me the itinerary, agent?
Hi, how can I help you plan a trip today?
What?
Yeah, this is the Goldfish memory problem. So even if our AI agent is brilliant, it will look dumb if it doesn't remember anything. And let's see how we can fix that.
Welcome back to the show, Annie. What's your story at Google?
Oh, thanks, Martin. I spent years as a software engineer here, but I realized that my real passion is AI education. So now I'm over on the developer side helping developers building AI agents.
Yeah, and you've been deep in the world of AI agents, right?
Yeah, I've noticed a pattern. Everyone thinks AI intelligence is just about model and tooling. And they're forgetting the other important piece, that is memory.
Guilty. I definitely focus on the model first when I'm building AI apps.
Yeah, most people do. But if you want to build an app that actually impresses people, you need an agent that uses a full brain. And here we have 6 patterns for adding agent memories. Let's talk about each one and when you should use it. I also built a code lab for this so that you can try it out yourself.
Okay, I will add a link to your code lab, Annie. Let's dive in.
Alright, so when you talk with a person, it will be weird if they forgot what you just told them a minute ago, right? So the same goes for agents. That's why your agent needs sessions to hold all the conversation history.
Makes sense. And how do you implement that?
Yeah, if you're using Google Agent Development Kit, ADK, it's fairly easy. Just create and use a session object.
So now the agent will remember where the user wants to go?
Yeah, and let's try it. As you can see, I will enter that I am going to Tokyo and that I like historical sites. And then I will ask for an itinerary. And you can see that the agent will give a plan for each day. And after I confirm for each day, it will eventually give me the 3 days plan.
And it worked.
Yay.
The agent does not have the memory of a goldfish anymore.
Yeah, so session is the most basic type of agent memory. But in complex apps, you often have a team of agents working together.
So the agents, they need to share memory between them somehow.
Yeah, exactly. So here is we use state to share context among agents. And that state is basically a shared digital folder for the entire session. And here is an example. I will ask for the best sushi in Palo Alto. And behind the scene, there is a foodie agent that finds a restaurant and a navigation agent that gets direction to it. You can see the state value on the ADK web UI.
And what does the code look like for this?
Sure, here is a definition of the foodie agent. And here's the definition of the transportation agent. Martin, do you see the destination string in both of them?
I do.
Yeah, so the foodie agent saves its result to the key called destination. And then the transportation agent uses that key in its prompt with curly braces.
Okay, so we have 2 agents. How do we now put them together?
So we create a root agent of type sequential agent that calls the foodie agent first and the navigation agent second.
Okay, so our agents are now talking to each other. But what happens if I close the app or the server reboots?
Oh, that would be total memory loss. Everything we've done so far has been in memory. If the script stops, the agent forgets that you ever existed.
Oh no! And how do we make memory stick between restarts?
So we swap the in-memory session service for a persistent database. By using a database session service, the agent can look back at the conversations you had days, weeks, or even months ago.
And I'm guessing that's how we get that personal assistant feel. It remembers my preferences over time.
Exactly. And here is how to implement it. So first, we retrieve the old session from the session service. And then we build the previous context from the session object. And now that we have the previous context, we can add it to the query.
Very nice.
Yeah, and those were the first 3 ways of giving your agent memory. Let's talk about the other 3 in our next video.
Excellent, Annie. Can you give us a quick recap, please?
Of course, Martin. So first, we use session memory to hold a conversation without forgetting. And secondly, we use multi-agent state to share notes between agents. And lastly, we use persistence to remember things even after a system reboot.
That's a great list. Thank you for sharing this with us, Annie. And I guess we'll see each other in the next video.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Martin.
And thank you, everyone, for watching. If you have any questions for Annie or me, please let us know in the comments. Also, do let me know what you thought of today's episode. I read every single comment. Until next time!